Good morning, everyone. Once again, I welcome you all to the 7th weekly Saturdays members meet. Well, I think everybody knows me now. I'm Sonam Bhutia and I manage the administration for ATOI. And I'll just quickly lay down the ground rules of the meeting. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and the summary of the meeting with the recording will be shared with all the participants. The audio icon on the left bottom of the screen needs to be on mute so as to ensure there's no distraction and the meeting is conducted smoothly. As a host, I do have the option to put everyone on mute and will be doing so when required. And in case if you have any questions for our speakers, please do mention it in the chat box or you can raise it when the house opens up for the Q&A session. Please ensure that you can raise your hand through the manage participant section below your screen during the Q&A session, and you'll be placed in the queue and will be given the opportunity to speak. So these are just the basic thumb rules that needs to be followed on the Zoom. And I would now request Mr. Tejbir Singh Anand, our Vice President, to welcome the House. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sonam, and a very warm welcome to everyone to the 7th ATOAI Saturday weekly meeting. It really gladdens my heart to see everyone wanting to be together in these meetings. It's been almost 2 months, I would say, that we've been conducting these meetings, which is a great value add for a membership. And I'm sure the presence of you all says everything and speaks on its, with the actions. I also would like to welcome those people who are not ATOI members, because I see a lot of new faces from various other associations, stakeholders from the tourism industry. This is a completely inclusive platform now, because it is not only limited to ATOI members, but we welcome and we with open hearts and open arms we welcome each one of us to this platform. It is all about learning, sharing, networking, and that's how we all collaborate and we grow together. Before I begin the meeting, I would certainly like to put on record the huge hard work which is done by Sonam and her team, and along with Bharat, who is very instrumental in this subcommittee. And apart from this subcommittee, there are 10, 11 more subcommittees which I would like Sonam to share once we are over with the presentations. These committees are open, and any one of you who is passionate about any subject that we have, you're most welcome to join. And this is how any association is strengthened. We want that every member should be as proactive, as engaging as possible. So it's your association, friends. Make the best of it. Make the best use of it. We've done, this is the 7th meeting, and till date, we have had 7 guest speakers, including speakers from Ministry of Tourism. And today we have Mr. Burman, who is from the Northeast region. Then we have the opportunity, 26 ATOI members to conduct the presentation, showcase the product, which I think has been appreciated by all. And it's a great networking platform where you can showcase the products and do business together. This is one of the biggest reasons why we all come together, so as to learn and to grow together. We have 2 guest speakers today. One is Mr. Burman, and one is Mohit Agarwal, who is the who will be doing the presentation on the subcommittee of ecotourism. ATOAI is the ecotourism committee. But our main speaker today is Mr. Pankaj Subra Dev Burman. He is the regional director in Northeast, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, and he'll be addressing the house on the cultural aspect and lesser known destinations. Sir, I welcome you, and you will have a time zones of around 20 minutes maximum, and I will be giving a bell to all the speakers 1 minute prior to when we'll request you to wind up. So the bell will sound like this. All other speakers will be given 7 minutes. The first bell will ring at 6 minutes, and the last bell will ring at 7. Mr. Burman, the stage is all yours. We welcome you, sir.
So, thank you to all. I will not take much time because all of you are quite resourceful persons, and you know so many things about Northeast, and quite experienced and quite enriched. So rather I will be enriched by your knowledge and exposure. As rightly pointed out that there are so many places in Northeast which supposed to be explored still remain undiscovered. People know that the serene beauty of Northeast India and generosity of its tribes are still undiscovered and unexplored. So these discussions, I hope that will be focuses on diversity along with the wide spectrum of tribal life, as well as their kaleidoscopic culture that bring positive elements and are sometimes remain absent in mainstream national culture. That is true that these kind of things are not actually being much highlighted in our national culture. So we all have a responsibility to promote the kaleidoscopic culture of Northeast India. Further, hope that this discussion will also highlight the foundations laid by different tribes in this region, which have helped conserve not only traditions, arts, cuisines, tales, folklores, but also the fragile, very fragile eco-diversity of Northeast India. So, undeniably, Northeast India is a paradise on earth which yet to be explored fully. Still, as you rightly pointed out, there are so many beautiful places which are not publicized much and not known by many. But those places are as good as much publicized and known places. There are so many lesser known places uh, Pumti village in Nagaland. This particular village is um, famous for the Amur falcon. It's a rare endangered species of falcons which comes from Siberia, and for the timing they stay in Pumti village in Nagaland. So this village is actually for biologists and bird watchers, ornithologists is a paradise. Then in South Tripura, there is a place called Bagma. And over this place, Tripura Tourism, along with the Forest Department, made a bat view. There's a bat view park at Bagma in South Tripura. I believe that nowhere in India we have a bat view park. Then Jatinga. All of you might be knowing about the Jatinga. Or there is a beautiful hill stations in Lamding in Assam. Then there is a Povitara. Kaziranga, everybody knows about Kaziranga, but people or tourists might not be knowing that much about the Povitara wildlife sanctuary. At Povitara, rhino is almost rhino sighting is almost guaranteed, and there is there is a good place for the bird watchers also. Then we have a rainforest, which is being known as a King Patkai. So all these places, there are much more places which need to be explored. I believe that all of you are working hard to explore all these places which are actually lesser known, but at the same time as good as any other places in Northeast which are much publicized. And as you know that as far as our uniqueness is concerned, and we have a largest and biggest river and island, Majuli in Assam, and we have a world highest rainfall place like Cherrapunji, and we have one of the beautiful lake, floating lake, you can say, the Loktak Lake in Manipur, etc. Then as far as rare species are concerned, it is a gold mine of different and rare species in the world. Like in Northeast, we have a blue gibbons. This is one of the most rare and endangered species. Then we have a Chashma Bandar, or in English it is being called a spectacle monkey. It is in Tripura. I mean, you won't get that kind of species in other part of the country or other part of the world. That you have a rare, very rare endangered that snow leopard in Arunachal Pradesh. Snow leopard you will not get everywhere in India. Then we have a rhinos, very different sort of rhinos in Assam. Then a clouded leopard. in Tripura, or then dancing deer in Lookback Lake. So all these places made this Northeast is quite unique. So I believe that all of you will actually explore this region, and they will come when Northeast will be fully explored. And I don't want to much elaborate the things. What I want to say is that post-COVID-19 scenario will be the ideal place for promoting Northeast India, because all these products in Northeast are actually suited for post-COVID-19 scenario. So all of you have, and along with the government, have the tremendous responsibility to promote this region, because for the few more years that enjoying the much publicized popular tourist destinations in a horde, in a throng, in a huge crowd may not be possible. But our products and tourism in Northeast are ideal for the post-COVID-19 scenario. Suppose if you want to go for a trekking at Moflang Sacred Forest, or if you go for a mountaineering, you need to maintain that social distance. This kind of tourism will is possible only maintaining the social distance. Our nature tourism, our tea tourism, our monsoon tourism, our cave tourism, our adventure tourism, all products are basically ideal for post-COVID-19 scenario. So I don't want to elaborate much more, and all of you are quite scholar in your own field. So I believe that the platform is open. Thank you, Rajbir ji. Thank you, Captain ji. Thank you, Tejbir ji. Thank you. Just I believe that now the platform is open. Please carry on.
Mr. Burman, thank you so much. What I feel is that you're so passionate about Northeast, and the way you speak, it really conjures up an image of Northeast in everyone's mind. Indeed, I can only second that. Whatever I've seen of Northeast, it is very different from the rest of the India. The cultures and the people, the folklores, they all stand out so strongly.
Cuisine.
Absolutely. So here is a proposal that I would like to, request you to consider. Northeast is a very, small word, but the region is huge, it's large. And it's not very easy to understand the product also, even if somebody says that I am doing, let's say, Assam, or I am doing Meghalaya, but that's it, So the right dissemination of product knowledge is not there with everyone. I would like to propose, sir, that let's try and do some product learning trips, which we call them as FAM tours, which could be partially hosted, where members can fly in on their own cost, but you, along with the local associations over there, everyone, transport association, hotel association, tour operator association, adventure associations, regional associations, they can all get together, pool in the strength, and give ATOAI members an opportunity of going to the Northeast in successive trips, So this will ensure that when the product knowledge is gained by ATOAI members, they are able to sell and promote the Northeast region in a very effective manner. And I don't know when this could start. This is anybody's wild guess, sir. But whenever the world is better, when the world is healed, when we are all traveling, happy, then perhaps you may consider a small request, and let this be an ongoing exercise, or not just one trip, because one trip can only take on 10, 15 people. I want everyone, as many of them who want to promote Northeast, let them get an opportunity firsthand, so that they come back and they become ambassadors of Northeast.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm ready to do it.
Fantastic, sir. That's very kind of you. And we will take this up, on a different, meeting level. We'll call upon you to figure out how we can do this together.
Sure. Just put a proposal to me. I'll just meet it like this.
Absolutely, sir. We'll do that, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for a lovely talk on the Northeast. And we move ahead. May I request Mohit Agarwal to please talk about the initiatives done by the ATOAI subcommittee on ecotourism. But before that, let me say a few words about Mohit. Mohit is the founder of Asian Adventures, which is a 26-year-old company. They specialize in birding and wildlife. They also run a few Himalayan and wildlife lodges too, and he is on board the Asian Ecotourism Network. Mohit, the stage is all yours.
Thanks, Tejbir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Audible, audible.
Okay, I'd like to share my screen. May I?
Please go ahead.
Okay. Is it visible to everybody? Right. Okay.
It will be. It's just starting. So hang on.
Yeah.
Okay, good to go.
Yeah. So this is my introduction. I'm Mohit Agarwal, blessed with 4 children, a son and a daughter, and 2 non-humans, 1 Labrador and 1 escapee African grey. He has got some karmic connection. I'm a follower of Shiva. Professionally, I'm an experiential ecotourism specialist with deep love for nature. I help people travel to some wonderful places in Asia. I'm the founder of Asian Adventures, a 26-year-old travel outfit. It is the largest and #1 bird watching tour company in India today. The company is on a large mission to help Asian elephants with their corridors, free the Himalayas of plastic waste, and help small wildlife NGOs. How do I? Okay, right. And there are a few other things that I'd like you to know about me. I am on the board of Asian Ecotourism Network. I'm on the working group of NCCF for setting up ecotourism criteria for India. I'm the founder member of Wildlife Trust of India. I've been working with a 7-member team on ecotourism with the help of Sustainable Tourism Foundation. Some of them are here in the group here. I'm helping Vatavaran Rhizome with the Rhesus Macaque project in Himachal. And this is my certificate that I got from GSTC in sustainable tourism. So that was about me. So I just want to clear some myths about ecotourism. Many people are still struggling with the term sustainable tourism and ecotourism. So let me read this out to you. Ecotourism stands for sustainable tourism in natural areas for which UNWTO has set up clear criteria. Frequently, the word ecotourism is confused with sustainable tourism in the large sense, and often also non-sustainable tourism to natural areas is marked as ecotourism. So this is really where the gap is, because people who are in wildlife areas or in green areas or eco-sensitive areas, they think they're doing ecotourism, but it's not ecotourism unless they follow the practices of ecotourism. So this is sustainable tourism definition. At this stage, I don't want to read it out. If you like, you can take a screenshot and read it out on your own. But so as per GSTC, there are 4 pillars on which sustainable tourism rests. And these 4 pillars are environment, socioeconomic framework, and then the third one is culture, and the fourth one is sustainability management. So if you've got these 4 pillars for sustainable tourism, then you're good to go. They've also divided that into 2 parts. One is destination management and the other one is industry. So the industry encompasses tours and lodges, accommodations. So everything else, all the criteria fall under these two sections governed by these 4 pillars of sustainable tourism. And ecotourism is a part of it. I have, so what is the objective and key results for the association? This is something that I'm proposing. It hasn't been fixed by the association yet, but this is something that I've been wanting to bring to the table for a long time. What I want to do is I want to create 3 levels of certification by the association for its members, people who can sign up for this certification thing. So certify members for level 1 ecotourism by December 2021. That's my objective. That's what I want to do. And what are the key results that we want out of them? So we want to understand, we want people to understand, the members to understand ecotourism in totality and the application thereof. How are they going to apply those? Why I put these timelines in these brackets is because, there are things to be audited. There are things to, how will people be engaged, in how much time, how we will monitor, how we will address and how will we be able to see things in different capacities. It's basically to draw the metrics. For any key result to happen, we need metrics. Without metrics, we cannot go further. We will not be able to see how far we've gone, which is why I put, so this is only one part of the metric. There'll be many more as we go along. So understanding ecotourism and application thereof, establishing standards to avoid greenwashing. Greenwashing is a term where people sometimes knowingly or unknowingly go wrong. Either they're trying to show that they are ecotourism people and not doing much about it, or they're trying to do things but not getting results because the processes aren't correct. So it's a term that we need to be very aware of. Then there's a new the new terms which have been coined during COVID period. So it says profit, people, and planet. I've incorporated that here for simpler understanding. So the idea is to build strategy for greater profits for people and planet. It's self-explanatory. I don't really need to go into it at this stage. Business sustainability through capacity building. This is really important. This is how businesses will be able to sustain and will be able to talk about their goals, their achievements, their greening policies or ecotourism policies, sustainability policies to their network. And there are various ways of doing it. So I'm just putting this as a key result. And then the fifth one, where we're struggling right now. A lot of people are struggling right now because they don't know how to, handle seasonality downtrends. What are so this falls into sustainability. How are we going to look at our business, downtrends, whether it's monsoon or it's to do with putting money together for the rainy days, or it's to do with different products or different markets. So strengthening different capacities to be able to keep going. Because if the money stops flowing through the pipeline, then we can't achieve what we want to achieve in a shorter time. So these are my key results I propose to bring to the association. There are 3 levels. Why I talked about level 1. Let's sort out the house first. Let's sort out our internal systems, our office, our spaces, people. So I put these 7 departments with which any company functions: sales, marketing, operations, people, accounts, R&D, and management, research and development. If we start to look at the criteria for sales, what is right, what is wrong, what is right, what is wrong, and we go on marking that, then we would achieve our level 1, which means that we've sorted our house. Level 2 is, I'm not going to talk about it yet, because it's about what we do externally, what we've been directed by our foreign tour operators or our clients or whoever. What are we supposed to do outside? So that's the second part. But I'll tell you, if you've got certification level 1, you sorted out 60 to 70% of your problems anyways, because rest of it is only the outcome of what you've done in-house. Accommodations. Again, accommodations, I've put it into 2 parts. One is that what you need to do in your office to be able to run your accommodation successfully. And I haven't gone into accommodations because, right now there is TOF handling accommodations in India, and they are certifying and they are doing various things with accommodations. Asian Ecotourism Network is just developing the tool, and they want to set their own standards as well. So they will come in. NCCF will do the same thing as well at some point of time, but they may take time. So I haven't kept accommodations to a later stage. And the third one is sustainability management. This is really, really important. So how do you sustain? How do you sustain level 1 and level 2? So that the game continues. The game doesn't end anywhere. And that's level 3. That's where, and then then you're good to go. Then you're fully certified ecotourism company is what I'm. So nothing is carved in stone here, and nothing is going to be 100% correct. This will be work in progress as we go along. So I've identified my team, Gaurav Nalkur and Priya Bhalla and other people have identified 125 such points to address level 1 certification. So I've been through all of them, and I think there are many overlaps and there are many corrections as we will go along to set it all right, which is a 3-month job. So some of the things that I'm going to show you, like you see the band right at the bottom, which is HR, operations, finance, marketing, sales, and a lot of that. So these people have worked on various things. I'm not 100% sure if I want to buy every part that they've used, but this is, like I said, work in progress. When we say the company ensures that people are not discriminated.
Mohit, can you speak more louder, please? Keep it
Yeah.
louder.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Am I audible now? Am I better?
Okay, better now, better.
So the company ensures that people are not discriminated in regard to recruitment, conditions of employment, access to training, senior positions, advancement in terms of residentship, gender, race, age, disability. So this is like one particular criterion. And then we've got similar ones for, let's say, the number 3, the key partner agencies are informed about company's sustainability policy, are expected to comply with it and communicate it to final customers where relevant, right? So there will be a lot of variation as we go along. My point here is that in the subcommittee of ecotourism, I would want 3 to 4 to 5 people on consistent basis to work with me on these because each term will mean something. How it's going to be construed is something which is going to be really, really important. What it will finally mean and how are we going to project it further with collaterals is the most important thing. So to work on these 125 points effectively, I would request the association to ask those who are interested, 4 or 5 people team, who will work with me, month on month, week on week to take this further. And this is one of the things. What Gaurav has done is he just wanted to show the difficulty level. For example, let's say you come to, finance and accounts. So it says employees are financially encouraged to use public transport or sustainable means of transport. So what it really means to people is what we need to make them understand properly. For example, let's say sales and marketing, number 2. So number 2 is that this is work in progress. It cannot be achieved right there and then, but it's something that one needs to incorporate into the system. So customer satisfaction is systematically monitored and corrective actions are taken for service and product improvements. Number 3, which is a difficult one. We may not have the know-how or the methodology to do this. So carbon offset of transport is integrated as voluntary option in booking form. Payment is channeled through the travel company. So all these little things we need to mull over and then go through each of these points which makes sense, which are practical. I have already removed about quite a few which were not relevant to the Indian context. The idea is to start. The idea is not to worry about whether it's right or wrong. We will continue to make it right as we go along. This is, any member's journey. Be an ecotourism market leader. That's my vision. That's what I want everybody to be. And this tourism thing will become so beautiful. So my point is that we would encourage our ecotourism, our members to become ecotourism market leaders eventually by signing up with a program with ATOAI, get trained online. We'll need a learning management system. We'll need some digital applications for this. Then apply the criteria, get audited every 3 months and get your level 1 certification, which I think if done in on earnestness, one should be able to achieve it within 6 months. Then they've got level 1 certificate. I got my GSTC, I showed it to you, right? And this is what people will do. They will talk to their vendors, their partners, their network and say, look, I am level 1 certified already by the association. And then they would be able to, share their knowledge. And the final result is, what are they going to give back to nature? So they've already started the process. They've already started to get there. And this is how it's, this is the little flow that I've made for people to understand that, uh, you know, becoming a regular tour, or let's say one tour operator, to an ecotourism tour operator. So what I'm looking at is, what I propose is that we should have 2 to 3 paid people team to create collaterals, videos, trainings, engagement, audit, certification, and miscellaneous, jobs that will uh, evolve. So 2 to 3 people can be, some can be interns, some can be specialists as we go along. And so it has to be a self-sustaining program. It has to be a paid program. Where will the association get money from? So anybody who wishes to be a part of the program should be paying the association. That's my recommendation, right? And then we will help the member to scale up their business by doing the right things. So it's not just about, it's a lot about profitability as well. So only when you make profits, you'll be able to delve into conservation and various other things of making things easy for Mother Earth, rather than taking everything away. And then, so you know that conservation without money is conversation. That's a standard term that people use. No money, no ecotourism, nothing. And then the benefit, the largest benefit will be, because they are at a different platform altogether, the struggle will end the moment their network starts to see them as ecotourism market leader. And that is my vision, that's my game, that's what I want people to do. So that's the end of my my proposal.
Excellent presentation. Thank you. Very good.
Mohit, are you done?
I'm done. Thanks.
Excellent. Indeed, Mohit, I think these last 20 minutes that you housed, very, very crucial, critical, very knowledgeable. Me personally, I think I learned a lot. And ecotourism is such a word which is such a great, vast word. There is so much to learn, and also correct yourself as you go along. I think ATOAI will be very, very proud to have this certificate program rolled out. You are leading from the front. Like I said, there are many subcommittees which ATOAI has, and we encourage all members to come forward and, according to their passion, join these committees. So it will be very nice to have 4 or 5 people who can, assist you shoulder to shoulder, so that we can take out this certification program and let this benefit. I think you very correctly said, that it's all about purpose before profits, because it is not a very mainstream vanilla kind of business. Adventure tourism, ecotourism is something which you do with a passion, which we all agree to. That's why we all are here. Else we would have been doing something else, making money with multiple other ways also. But to be here, to be passionately involved, we need to ensure that we also care up. We also do the right things. We ensure that our companies are well qualified. We subscribe to the ecotourism policies, and definitely it makes us stand out in business, and it improves the business also. So thank you so much, Mohit, for this great presentation from the subcommittee of ATOAI. And I again close on this note by requesting all members present here today, please write to Sonam, write to the ATOAI admin, expressing a desire to join this committee. We'll go ahead, and today we have 2 more presentations by ATOAI members. I will proceed on to the next presenter, Mr. Sanjay Basu. Sanjay is a very well-known figure. He needs no introduction. Sanjay is going to present MV Mahabahu motor vessel on the Brahmaputra River. He is the CEO of Far Horizon Tours and Adventure Resorts and Cruises. They own cruise ships, boats, and resorts. Sanjay is currently the Vice President of ATOAI and has been an EC member since many years. He is also a member of CII Tourism Committee and Cruise Tourism Task Force at the Ministry of Tourism. Sanjay, The stage is yours.
Thank you, Tejveer. I will do a share screen and Tejveer, I'm seeing your desktop. How do I see mine?
So down, can you see share screen, a green button?
I've put on the share. Now I'll do the share, right? I think my presentation is on.
Yeah, you're on.
So good morning, everybody. Good to be with all of you all. Let me introduce MV Mahabahu, which is India's only 5-star river cruise ship with a swimming pool, spa, passenger elevator, restaurants, bars, lounges, and cabins which range from suites to standard cabins. The destination is what is the really amazing part. The river Brahmaputra is amongst the 10 great rivers of the world. And this is the world's only navigable river, which flows under the shadows of over 7,000-meter high snow-covered Himalayan mountains. It's also the only other river apart from the Zambezi River in Africa, from which you can do elephant, jeep, and boat safaris through the Kaziranga National Park. You actually sail through the park. And Kaziranga, as all of us know, is one of the greatest parks of the country. It is the home to the largest preserve of rhinos on earth, with over 2,400 rhinos in one national park and 5 big game, including rhinos, wild buffaloes, elephants, tigers, and over 800 species of birds, not to mention lots of different kinds of herbivores, and recently discovered the only spotted golden triangle, the golden tiger, which has been seen in the wilderness till date. Only golden tigers seen till now have been in captivity. This is the only one seen in wilderness in Kaziranga National Park. The park is an amazing destination, and when you sail through it, you are seeing wildlife throughout the day for 3 days out of the 7 days journey. And that's the great hornbill, one of the few destinations of the country where you can see them. Freshwater dolphins in the river, an amazing sight. You don't see them that much in the Ganga, but these Gangetic dolphins, as they are called, are very, very visible through the Kaziranga National Park. You also have wonderful cultural experiences. The Majuli Island has 22 Hindu monasteries, Vaishnavite monasteries, and you see the different forms of dance, monk dance forms out there, which are amazing. And you also see a lot of different tribal cultures. The Mishings are very, very interesting people. The Assamese culture itself is a very beautiful culture, and their weaving of the Muga silk is amazing. What very few people know is that Assam is also home to some very beautiful monuments, and of course, very, very important pilgrimage temples, including the Kamakhya temple. I will not speak too many words, but let me show you a short 3 minutes film, which I think will cover my 7 minutes time slot that I have. Thank you. I hope everybody can hear the sound.
It's audible, Sanjay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I just wanted to mention the MV Mahabahu has been rated amongst the top 10 river cruise ships of the world, 8 of UK as being one of the top 50 adventure holidays on earth. And there have been many other great accolades.
Tanisha Patel. So in this page, this is what he did. This is the existing predecessor.
Sorry.
The size, then it is the only one unit. It is very difficult to carry in hilly terrain. Particularly, his target was that he wants to design.
Sonam,
What's that?
I think we need to mute everyone. Sonam?
I think
Everyone is on mute except you, Sanjay sir, and Captain sir.
I don't know what this is.
Agricultural land for predecessor.
This is something else that's coming. I don't know what it is.
Sanjay, could be your presentation which is going on.
I don't know how it is coming.
Sir, your YouTube.
Switch off your window, YouTube window. Thanks.
I'm now on mute, so it's not coming from me.
Anyway, I think it's pristine silence once again. So great to have this back. Sanjay, go ahead. You were trying to finish and wrap up.
But I'm done, Tejveer. I think this is coming from somewhere else because I'm on mute.
No, you're not on mute. Sanjay, you are on. And because when you mute, it doesn't come. No, it's not coming. No, it's not coming. It's from you. You probably got BBC online with you.
Thank you, Sanjay. All I can say is that, one thing happened today. For the first time in these 7 meetings we have done, I forgot to ring the bell. I got so engrossed in your presentation, Sanjay, that I surpassed the 6 minutes. I surpassed the 7 minute also, but thankfully you finished just in time, but I forgot to ring the bell. So, great product, Sanjay. We are all very proud of it. Indeed, you have created something which is a matter of pride for all of us. And this is not the first one. You've done it, many, many times in your professional career with so many products that you've launched. Thank you. Fantastic. Great presentation. And I move to our next presenter and also the last one. May I welcome Jasmine Dugal. Jasmine also deserves a special mention because being a woman entrepreneur, she will be presenting on exploring the unknown destinations of Latin America and Russia. Jasmine is a full-time working director at Minar Travels India Private Limited. She is pursuing her management degree from IIM Kolkata, and she's also a professional qualified with a specialization in fashion designing. So quite a switch from fashion designing to tourism, and I'm very keen to see what she has to offer to the house. Jasmine, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Tejveer sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Just give me a moment while I just share my screen. Yes, so can everyone just see? Am I on track?
Absolutely. We can hear you and we can see the screen.
All right, great. So good afternoon, everyone. I think Tejveer has given my introduction, and I need not say more on this and not take much time. As I think many of you will probably know, Minar Travels, we are primarily an inbound company, been in the business for 28 years now. And applauded with a lot of awards and recognitions. So I've just been 5 years in the business with absolutely no background in travel, and I graduated in fashion design actually with having travel in my DNA. It's something that I was wanting to explore in terms of my knowledge and learning. It started feeling stagnant doing fashion for a lot of years. So that's wherein I was invited over by my family to join the family business, and today here I am. I am actually spearheading the marketing and the representation vertical for the Minna Group, which is called as Kartika. And I'm also taking care of our leisure domestic travel vertical called as Wishcover. It also caters to international travel for the Indian clients. So we've got 9 offices across India, and few of them are the GSA offices, and a few of them are sales offices. So I think we are all over India in terms of our sales force. So these are few of the brands that Maynard has diversified into in terms of travel space. We are into marketing, we are into MICE and conferences, we are into uh, luxury inbound travel, which is under our luxury brand called as Vilasa. We are into ticketing and aviation. So today, basically, I would like to get everyone familiarized with 2 countries, which is one is Latin America, which is a continent in itself and comprised of 21 countries. And Latin America in itself is humongous, is expansive, and I believe it's got a lot to offer when we talk about adventure. It's basically dominated by Spanish and Portugal colonies, and a few of the major cities that we know on the list for Latin America are a few that are listed here. Brazil. Brazil is basically that offers experiences like the Amazon forest, your Amazon cruises. Rio de Janeiro is one of the main sites, which is very, very quite popular. Then we have South, which is very popular for Machu Picchu, and Peru is a country which is really upcoming as in terms of ecotourism and adventure as well. By ecotourism here, I mean they have a lot of lodges, they have tree houses, which can be offered as experiences in terms of accommodation and subsequent activities related to this. Then we have Argentina, as we know, it's most popular for football, so a lot of sports that is available there. There are a lot of bicycle trips that one can offer to the clients. Then we have Chile, which is a high mountain area. It's got alpines, it's got a very colonial feel to it. And of course, it's amazingly popular for their best Chile wines. Then we have Ecuador and the Galapagos, which is more of a beach destination, which can provide experiences like scuba diving, your water surfing, and anything related to beach. We have Colombia. Colombia, which is, as we all know, is an absolutely vibrant city that we have in South America. Then there are a lot of exotic tours which are available towards the Antarctica, because that's how, down below from Argentina is the tip of the world. So a lot of these Antarctica cruises run in that segment. Coming back to, yes, the type of tourism, as I just briefed, I think this entire continent is full of resources which offer a great variety of different tourism taste. And Latin America is probably, of course, a country which is more for an evolved traveler. People North America 4 times, they've done Australia, New Zealand, so what next? So this is a country probably which all of the people in the travel business can probably pitch, because I keep meeting the travel agents and our partners wherein they are always looking for some new destinations that can be offered to the clients. So yes, the type of tourism those are available are your eco-natural tourism resources, your rainforest, wildlife, eco-lodges, mountain tourism, plantation tourism, wineries, ranches, diving. It's also Latin America is very famous for its cultural tourism, which is the Amazon cruises, your village stays. Then comes next is history, which is the main areas are the Mayan and the Aztec ruins, the Spanish colonies, which is very predominant in the Colombian region. You have the beaches, resort, surfing, you name it, and it's there. There's good adventure. I'd just like to add here that there's the world's largest zip line that's available. That is in Latin America. Coming next is to Russia, which is a country very close to my heart. So the Russian top tourism cities, as we all know, are Moscow, St. Petersburg, Kazan, which is a historical and a colonial city, the Lake Baikal, which is a very similar experience to the trek that we have in India. It's got frozen lakes all over, and it's beautiful, out of the world. You have the Golden Circle, which is, or it's also called as very popularly called as the Golden Ring. You have Sochi, which is a destination which has sun 365 days a week. It's very famous for gambling and the FIFA football that happened a few years back there. So that is where Sochi gets its popularity from. And my most favorite city that I will actually like to expand my knowledge on here is Murmansk. I think a lot of us are not aware probably that the Northern Lights phenomena, also called as aurora lights, are visible from this city called as Murmansk from Russia. It's right in the north up in Russia, and it's about 2.5 hours via flight from Moscow, costing say about 5,000 to 5,500 rupees. It's got different experiences called like the Husky dog farms, where you can experience the dog sledging. It's got a reindeer settlement where you can actually go and feed the reindeers in person. Also, it's very popular for Teribarka, which is the last village that is available on Earth. So it's 20 degrees off the North Pole, and the temperatures rise up to say about minus 35 degrees as well. But to have that feel that you've touched the last strip of the world, I think is quite thrilling. And then you have Aurora Village, which has the glass igloos. As we all know that it's apprehension that we have that it's only Finland who provides the glass igloos, but it's this place where if you're visiting Russia, you can experience all of this. So this is a little brief on what I wanted to share with everyone, and I remain available if anyone will like a few more details on this, and I'll be happy to even probably give a short training to your teams on these destinations. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Tejvi sir, for giving me this opportunity, and happy to help.
Thank you, Jasmine, and indeed a very unique presentation. I say that because now is a time when we are also talking about outbound adventures from India, and this is a segment which is now ready to take off.
Yes.
So this is something which ATOAI members also would love to look at. It's also as a part of our objectives under ATOAI that we need to also promote adventures across the globe also. So thank you for showcasing Latin America. Thank you for showcasing Russia. I know you could have gone on for the next 2 hours also, because the subject is so vast, so in depth. It's not possible to showcase everything in 7 minutes. But nevertheless, I'm sure that the members got an idea that these destinations are also next on the list. And if you have customers, your clients who are into a segment, they've done the treks in the country, they want to travel overseas, so they can come in, connect with you for a product knowledge session. And I'm also sure that you're open to offering fam tours to everyone who wants to go there, right?
Absolutely, we could, and I'm there available with my team for any training that anyone will require on these countries. These seem to be tough subjects, Latin America by by its name, but it's got a lot to offer.
Beware, you're on recording mode, and we are recording that you're accepting to offer fam tours to Latin America and Russia.
Absolutely,
And
we
we're going to
shall.
take you up on that.
No worries, anytime.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. And with this, we come to the end of our presentations. Again, very varied presentations today. We spoke about ecotourism in depth certification program, how it can help your business. Mr. Dev Burman gave us an insight about Northeast of India, which is a lesser trodden destination which very needs a push, and we all need new products. So that was a very good presentation by him. Sanjay's boat is out of the world. Thank you, Sanjay, for showcasing. And we also saw the first presentation about outbound adventure tourism from India to Latin America and to Russia. With this, I would like to welcome our president, Captain Sudesh Kumar, to address the House, please.
Well, good afternoon, my friends. Love to see some new faces, young faces, and very happy that we have new generation is taking over. I must say, Jasmine, welcome. We're very happy to have you with us in this the second generation. And on behalf of you, I can tell JSB that the fam tour is only with the condition that you have to commit at least one group to her, then she'll give you a fam tour. Otherwise, she won't. So I
Well, let her come into a fam tour, we'll give her business also.
and she has embarrassed to tell you this. So on her behalf, of Dugal Sahib, you must listen to this. I have protected your daughter. Jasmine, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Pleasure is all mine.
You have been extremely good. Welcome. I must say, very quickly to welcome Mr. Dev Burman, who has come all the way from Guwahati to give us talk, tell us about the beauties of Northeast. Sir, I must tell you one thing. As soon as the area after the COVID-19 is open, North is the destination. Northeast of the country is the destination. It will be promoted. You will have, in my opinion, double the business of what happened in 2018. We are definitely positive about it, and we are all looking forward to this. What we really need is of course, JP has given you a request for a fam tour. But my request would be one additional request, and that is, let's make a brochure, a brochure on Northeast, not the digital form. So all of us can use it, whatever limit we can use. In terms of every state, there are 8 states, we must do every state, plus all the important festivals are important, something important, highlights, whatever it comes in mind, and we must use very, very professional companies. And also, it would be good if at the end of the brochure you must have all the travel agents available in the dictum. Let's give them a benefit of the advantage of promotion of whatever we can. We can plan to discuss about it later on. It's possible. And I was very surprised to say that you mentioned snow leopards in Arunachal Pradesh. I never realized. We also have snow leopards in Ladakh. We all make nice interesting tours. Every year, about 7-8 departures go to Ladakh, but maybe more to snow leopard, to witness snow leopard. As you saying, Arunachal has a snow leopard. It's a great opportunity for all of us in the adventure fraternity to think of planning something in things. My friends, my colleagues in the association and those who are not, anyway, colleagues in the business, I know we are going through difficult times. I know and be sure all of us are stuck in our own houses or business. Sometimes the area opens, sometimes closes. We thought of promoting X destination, and then abruptly next day we find that there are new regulations, new rules have come, local pressures, local situations. But believe me, it is firm opinion that everybody in the world is trying to see that we must bring the whole thing to normal. Not the maybe new normal, but a little bit old normal too. In the sense, vaccine is trying to come, the vaccine will be coming in a few months' time. There will be a test to be done in a few months' time, a quick test, rapid test, and stuff like this. Hopefully, it will come also. Have faith, have confidence in the situation. Only thing is, you please look after yourself and your parents and your family, following 3 basic formulas of distance, washing hands, and mask, so that you all are taking care. Please ensure, even you open your offices and don't see that your employees taken looked after very well and stuff like this. I also would like to tell you, take the opportunity to members to request you to help us getting more members in your area. I see some members that come from Northeast. I can see members from South of India, the members from Madhya Pradesh, from central part of India. I would ask each one of you to help the association in getting more members. Sonam will be happy to share a membership form with you. And let's say more, the more we become, the better it is for us. What we're doing in the present days that we ask you to ask the members to fill the form, give it to us, show their intention, and they may not pay the money just now, and they can pay the registration fee the date we are open to their suggestion. I also must share with you that that we have sent a bill to all of you. It is I only say that you kindly pay and it is convenient and there is no pressure on you. We also understand that there are pressures of all of us of no business. So this is what I thought I'd just share with each member, that we are with you all the time. We look after you, and any inconvenience problem have, do share with the office and we'll react to it immediately. But I'm sure, I assure you, definitely things will come positive very, very soon. Mohit, you have done a great job of giving us a new idea of certification. It is something very, very good, and we need to work on it. I have to discuss with EC, but in the meanwhile, uh, any of you members present here in this audience, if you wish to help Mohit joining his committee, do give the name to the office, and Mohit will be in touch with you directly and ensure that he take advantage of your wisdom, your experience, your time, so that the committee will become more powerful and give us what we expect to do. And last thing I would like to share with you, my friends, is that the EC has reconstituted the different committees. Sonam is going to share with you maybe by today or Monday morning a list of all the committees, and we request you to kindly tell us which committee you would like to join, and then chairman of the committee will call you and talk to you, and then hopefully within the next 7, 8, 10 days, the first meeting of the committee will take place, and so we can deliver what we expected to. With these words, I must say thank you, JB, for doing a great job. This is a great opportunity for members. I think we need to have our formula of 4. See, we can have at least 4 agents to participate. Next time we must try to make an effort. But I'm glad that we did call Mohit and Mr. Burman for this presentation. Thank you once again, my friends. Good luck to you. God bless, and let's hope that we'll have some positive news in coming months. Thank you. Take care, David. Yours.
Thank you, Captain Kumar, for these words. And yes, and as the Saturdays are going ahead, the meetings are getting much more interesting. Great presentations, and that is all what this meeting is all about. In the coming next Saturday meetings, we will be taking on some more interesting subjects like technology. We will be talking about virtual buyer sellers meet. We will be talking about how to empower yourself with technology, which has become the need of the hour. And especially with this COVID month sitting at home, we've all learned and we've adapted to technology, whether you liked it or whether you didn't like it. Yeah, so please stay tuned to this space, and you will be seeing a lot of relevant stuff coming up, all for your benefit. I'd like to open the house for question and answers, and Sonam will do the justice. She will lead the show. You can raise your hand, and she will request you to come up with your question and address it to either the speakers or to the ATOAI admin or to the executive committee. We have a lot of EC members also right now. I can see Vishwas, I can see Pradeep, Vaibhav Kala, Sanjay, myself. So you're more than welcome to post these questions to presenters or to the ATOAI executive committee. Sonam, all yours.
Yes, if you have any questions for our speakers or for our EC, kindly raise your hands and then we can take it forward.
Please use the chat box also. You can post your questions over there. You can raise your hands. These options good enough to go. Mr. Vishwas Makhija, would you like to comment on today's T-shirts count?
Yeah, I was waiting for somebody else to come in with the questions. I wanted to know an update from Sonam. What is the count from the time we have sold last time and how many orders has she got today? Sonam, can you update me, please? And for once, can I request everybody to open their cameras so we can at least see everybody in what T-shirts or they're not in T-shirts? Can you all switch on your cameras if it is possible for whoever it is?
So here comes the audit from Mr. Makhija.
I see Shekhar in his T-shirt. Lovely, Shekhar. Very nice. Wonderful. Hi, Rahul. Nice. No, okay, Sonam, can you tell me how many T-shirts have you sold since last time?
So it's still the same where we had the last T-shirts were taken by Cross Terrain Adventures, Nisha and Vimal sir. And so we actually were working on this ATOI T-shirt campaign, and the discussion is already there with the OBs, and we would be floating out the campaign soon. And there's some interesting offers that we're going to make for our members. So watch out the space for more as of now, sir.
It takes a lot of time to send T-shirts out.
We have a quiz contest, and I'm sure Cross Terrain will get some other color.
No, I think it's a request to everyone one more time. I see very senior people here. Shekhar Babu already has one. Rahul is here, and a couple of more. Jasmine, next time we see you, I would love to see you in an ATOI T-shirt. That'd be wonderful, I think. And this goes for everyone, my friends. I think I will ensure that the OB takes a decision on whatever is pending, as Sonam says, by Wednesday next week. And in 2 Saturdays, everybody gets a T-shirt, you know. But you have to pay for it in advance. Huh? So no credits now, please. So I hope everybody agrees to whoever I can see on the screen. Please raise your hand and say yes. You know?
Yes.
Because I have a suggestion to you, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir, please, sir. Of course.
In the chat box, we should say how many shirts you want to place an order right away, so that we are booking right away.
Sir, first, I think they want to see the product, as Sonam said.
No, they know it. I'm very,
just okay.
Very beautiful T-shirts.
Sir,
so, I think so.
Sir, आप थोड़ा change करो, sir. Even पुरानी होगी, you have to buy a new one, sir. This is too white for you, you know. You have to find a more colorful T-shirt, you know. That'll be wonderful. I'm wearing a yellow one, you see.
So
okay, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
4 T-shirts from me: red, yellow, blue, green.
Sonam, please debit him. Sonam, please debit him. Huh?
Sure, sir.
Red, blue, yellow, green, and double X and triple X. Double X is okay.
Sir, मेरे ख्याल से you've been home for 4 months, sir. Triple कर लो, sir. Better रहेगा. That's a lighter side. But everyone, please put in your request on the chat box to Sonam, and it's wonderful to support the initiative of ATOI with the branding of T-shirts. And we are thinking of more merchandise, and we will come back to you on that. You know.
And we revived this campaign, so we should get at least 2 free.
No. Nothing comes for free, Nisha. In the COVID times.
I know.
In the COVID time, nothing is free. You should donate extra, you know, to the association.
Yeah, I know. The membership fee is waived off, so we should just try to help ATOI like this.
No, it's not. No. It is not waived off. It is just delayed so that it is easier for everyone to pay with time.
It's delayed.
It's not. It's been postponed in September. आप तो एसोसिएशन बंद करा दोगे मैडम बोल के ऐसी बात है
नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं करेंगे
Vidur, would you like to speak something about the T-shirt campaign that we're trying to bring out? Why don't you come and speak to the house about that?
Yes, sir.
So for people who don't know Vidur, who are first times who have come on to our Saturday meeting, Vidur is our guy who takes care of the social media. So everything that you see happening on the social media platforms, may it be Facebook, may it be Twitter, may it be Instagram, he's the guy, the creative guy who brings in, you know, these campaigns, and he's helping us out. So tell us about the T-shirt campaign that we're trying to do.
So I think we've basically just established the introduction to the campaign. I think maybe sometime next week we'll launch it. The idea of the campaign is basically what we're trying to do is to kind of create like a little more interaction, like how we have at members meet between ATOAI's social media presence and its members. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have like tiny, very quick, easy competitions with regards to the outdoors, and we would be happy to, I don't know whether, I think we would be like distributing some t-shirts out on from a competitive and a competition point of view as well. So that is one thing of it. And also what we are trying to do is we are trying to kind of get people to, you know, wear their t-shirt and kind of brand ATOAI, maybe add members or just send out interview snippets of them in ATOAI t-shirts to kind of just create a presence and a brand image on social media for ATOAI. But the main crux, I think, of the campaign is to kind of build an interaction between ATOAI social media handles and its members through competitions and through quizzes, and it could be very simple quizzes, yeah, like have a nice photograph of a common mountain or a famous mountain or a peak and kind of take a day and like just put it out there and you guys could guess it, and the first three guesses, the first three people who guess the peak correct maybe get some t-shirts of color of their choice, or maybe whatever color is available at that moment. So it's basically on these grounds, yeah, we're working towards it to make it as interactive and as interesting as possible. And hopefully by next week, we should start rolling this campaign out. But yeah, in case you guys have any thoughts in terms of what could be done, very happy to hear that as well.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Vidar. In fact, we always encourage our members to give us more ideas for the social media campaigns. Not only that, what you would like to, you know, hear and learn in these weekly meetings, because these meetings are for you. If you can help us give more ideas, it really helps the admin team to put this together. Sonam and Bharat are doing a fantastic job, and I'm sure that with your ideas, we get a little more direction as to what we can showcase on the social media platforms and in these Saturday meetings, so as to empower everyone. I see a lot of new faces, you know, on in today's meeting, and I'd like to welcome them to say a few words, just introduce themselves. I have a friend called Ajit Athavale, who's from Hyderabad. I see Ajit for the first time in this platform. Ajit Athavale, can you come on board and say hi to everyone? Introduce yourself. Ajit, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now, Ajit. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Hello. Good afternoon to all. My name is Ajit, and I'm basically from Pune. And I got an invitation on an ATOM group. So I am a member of ATOM, Adventure Tour Operators of Maharashtra. So I got an invitation for the meeting. So I just thought, let's have a view what is going nationwide. So it was very great and a very pleasure to be with you all. You all got a lot of information. So thank you very much.
Thank you. So this was Ajit from Pune, but I was talking about Ajit from Hyderabad. Anyway, both Ajits are welcome.
Sorry.
No, but you are also welcome, friend. You have also come first time for this meeting, and we truly warmly welcome you. And please keep on coming for these weekly meetings. Give us more ideas. Ajit, a traveler from Hyderabad, and Bharati, can you please come and introduce yourself? So Ajit, we can't hear you. We can see you, but somehow we are unable to hear you. Bharati, can you come on board? Can you speak?
Hi Tejbir, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi everybody, I'm Bharti. I'm from Hyderabad. I and Ajit run this organization called Trek Venture. We are ATOAI members recently, and we did attend the annual meet in Araku Valley 2 years back. It was wonderful meeting all the dignitaries there. We have been doing this connect with most of the schools in Hyderabad, and some of the programs for others outsiders too. Hope to catch up with things going on with ATOAI and learn more with all the others. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bharti. And I don't know, Ajit is not audible somehow, but welcome to the Saturday meetings, and I hope to see you every Saturday. We have a friend from Manipur also, and I can see the name NIV. That's all I know about you. Can you please come on board and introduce yourself? Our friend from Manipur. Can you unmute yourself, friend?
Yeah, hi.
Go ahead, we can hear and see you also. Can you please introduce yourself to the house?
Yeah, my name is Nivaran. I'm here as a tour operator in Manipur. We also have an association called Manipur Association of Tour Operators. There I am working as a secretary.
Very good.
Can you hear me? Am I audible? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, Nivaran.
Yeah, we have a lot of potential here. Actually, we wanted to work with the ATOI also and a lot of the other adventure, the sports here. We are not getting any kind of the help from any of the government side. And although we try to work with a lot of the, started networking with the government also. There are so many things that we can do, especially with the village trek. I think in North India and Uttarakhand, they have this village trek. We have a very similar here. A lot of the very potential areas are there where people can do a village trek, from traveling from one village to other, trek on hilly tribal villages.
Very beautiful.
So many interesting things are there. I mean, I would be quite. It would be very nice if we can host a fame tour for all the the people from ATOI.
So,
If
Nivaran,
government have anything to do that.
Since
you're
very passionate about your subject, why don't you, sir?
Wait, Mr. Burman wants to say something first. Mr. Dev Burman.
Mr.
Unmute,
Burman,
sir.
unmute yourself, sir.
Unmute.
Mr. Burman, please unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now, Nivaran?
Sir.
Nivaran, you told that you are not getting any support from the government. We are always talking with each other, Nivaran. So, anyway, you put the proposal. What kind of beyond the dotted lines of marketing or tourism products, beyond the dotted lines, what else more we can do just to put the proposal to? And I'm really, really interested. Till I'm here.
Okay, that will be nice, sir.
Mr. Burman and Nivaran, I would like to put this on record. We went through the ITM this time to Manipur, and I must say that what a fantastic time we had. Whatever little time we had, we invested our time and we saw as much as we could, and we came back very impressed, very, very happy.
Thank you so much.
We have a program on Manipur which I have put up on the website, but that's just not enough. We want to have more programs, learn more. That's why I made this proposal, and Nivaran was very kind enough to just now say that they're very happy to host a team from ATOAI on a regular basis, so that everyone learns from the fam trips, go back and start promoting this region. And Nivaran would also go to the extent of saying that why don't you book a slot in the next Saturday meeting? We will give you 7 minutes to showcase, if you want to showcase as a company. If you want to showcase from your association side, Manipur as a destination, we will be very happy to give you a 15-minute slot where you can't do a commercial presentation, but you can do a presentation based on the destination.
Definitely. Yeah, certainly.
Either you come on board with your colleagues, with your office bearers from your association and do a destination program, or you can do a 7-minute for your own company. Both are okay with us. And encourage more people who are members of the association. The only rule that you need to follow is that you must be a member of ATOI to do this presentation, which is free of cost. It's a free networking opportunity that we give to all our members. So please encourage everyone. All ATOI members in the Northeast are more than welcome to showcase the destination and also showcase their own commercial company with the products that they have.
Right. Thank you, sir.
I would like to say this to everyone. There are so many regulars who come for these Saturday meetings, but please come ahead. Please come ahead. A 7-minute slot is for every one of you. Please come and showcase your products. You never know. There is so much of business that we can do within the house, business to business. I do a lot of business within this house itself. I work with so many companies, especially for Northeast. There are so many friends who I work with. I'm not going to go and operate myself over there. So I am going to need help. So please use this platform. This is the main sole objective of these weekly meetings, so as to showcase your product. There are enough people in this house to pick up your product and do business with you. I also see another friend from Pune, Naveen Bajaj. Naveen, are you there?
Yes,
oh, he's
sir.
left.
No, I'm here, sir. Yes, sir.
Why don't you come on board, say hi to everyone, introduce yourself. Naveen has also worked with ATOAI Skill Development Program. He was instrumental in running one of the programs. Welcome, Naveen, and please, why don't you speak to the house?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm from Pune. My company name is Holiday Adventures, and we have a campsite near Lonavala. That's called Camp Water's Edge. And besides that, we are into a lot of outbound training programs and maybe exchanging business with a lot of people here on this forum. So it's a pleasure to be here, and it's a insightful meeting. I really enjoyed the products here. They were very nice. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you, Naveen. I have
Thank you.
Mr. Manish Kelkar from Maharashtra. He wants to say something. Manish, would you like to introduce yourself to the house?
Hello, this is Manish Kelkar, BG Tours and Travels. We are into inbound tours also of Maharashtra. It is going on a very beautiful and very positive-minded people meeting. So I'd like to become the member also, and I will call all people to my Maharashtra. We have got more than 500 kilometers of coastline. We are arranging the treks along the coast, and also Sahyadri, our Sahyadri is there, so we can have lot many treks and lot many adventures are there. So do come, and I will become the member of this group, and I'm really feeling good. And I'll definitely urge all to come to Maharashtra and visit Maharashtra. Thank you.
Thank you, Manish. Thank you for coming to this platform. And of course, try and do as much networking as possible with this group. I also see somebody named as Via Ferrata Adventures. Would you like to come and have a speak, please? Would you like to introduce yourself? I don't know your name, so it just says Via Ferrata Adventures.
Hi everyone, this is Vinayak. I'm from Pune basically, operating for last 5 years. Via Ferrata Adventure Solutions was founded in 2018. Prior to that, I was part of another company, Adventure Tourism Company. We are into inbound tourism of Maharashtra. We do a lot of bike rides to Leh Ladakh, some heritage tours to Karnataka. We have been to Northeast couple of times, and regularly we are into one dayers or weekend treks in Western Ghats or Sahyadris, as Mr. Kelkar said. And we are very much happy to join on this platform. I only had an idea that there is an association which exists on national level, but had no interaction prior to this meeting. But it was indeed a great opportunity for us to get to know to all of the people who are sitting at remote not remote but at various places in India, and talking on a same platform, and taking this industry forward. So it was a nice meeting. Thank you for all. And yes, now I am really convinced that I should be a part of it as a member, and looking forward to work with ATOI. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for these words, because these words of yours really also strengthen our our mind also, that ultimately we want to bring everyone in this country together. There is one umbrella which everyone should be there. They should be connected to each other, and that is the only way to grow together. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name.
My name is Vinayak Belose. I have put this on chat also. Yeah.
Fantastic. And now, one quick thing. Would you like to tell the house about Via Ferrata as an activity? And I'm very curious to know, why did you choose this name for your company? Because I don't know of any Via Ferrata constructed in the country as such.
No, see, the thing is like the terrain in Maharashtra or the Western Ghats, especially in North Western Ghats, is similar to that is in Spanish, mountains, and certainly we do not have any Via Ferratas. However, I was trying to search any Indian name, which is a different one, and which would be a catchy one. However, I could not find anything, so I thought that okay, let's go for the Ferrata thing. The iron path, what it means, or the adventure route, is the meaning of this word. So I just thought, okay, let's go for this name instead of going through a list of people which would have similar names in India. So this is kind of a completely different name. So no need to worry about any similar names in the field. That's it.
Fantastic, fantastic. I was very curious because I think one of the finest activities which I really have enjoyed ever since is Via Ferrata, and the story goes back to the World War II days when there was a movement, on the mountains. So people used to cross on the mountains with the help of, ropes, iron ropes, and ladders, etc. So those were the World War II days, and now it has become an activity which is now globally available everywhere. But sadly, in a country, it's not allowed by the forest department, and here we are thirsting for an activity which is like an amazing activity, but we are unable to do it. Why don't you do a presentation on Via Ferrata in the coming Saturdays? Let us introduce this activity, showcase it to the house. Let everyone understand what a great activity this is, which they have never experienced. They must have seen, but they've never done it before.
Sure, we can. However, in Sahyadris, we do not have any, iron paths installed anywhere. However, yes, we will be able to see the ferratas in Spanish countries, which I can put forward in the presentation. And probably I'll be able to present how we do treks in Sahyadris with ropes and harnesses and all the equipment. And let's see, let's have a hope that someday in future we will have certain routes in the similar terrains or the rocky terrains in India. That's it.
Great idea. So picking up the Via Ferrata activity, you can, say that indigenously how you can, you are doing such activities, not exactly same, but something similar. But the adventure component is also, it matches, And we have Mr. Dev Burman from Northeast of India. Perhaps you can try and approach him and see if this activity can be constructed somewhere over there. And you might get the biggest, business lead out of this meeting. You never know.
Yes, that's true. That's true. We'll be doing.
Okay,
Thank
be
you,
in touch.
Vinayak. Thank you for introducing yourself.
Yeah, thank you all.
Mr. Burman, you want to say something?
No, I'm sorry. Just telling him to just be in touch with me. That's
Sure, will do.
Tejbi sir, shall I share the screen of the committees that ATOI has formed recently?
Yes, please. Let's do that, Sonam, on a closing note because it's already 12:50. We need to also, say adieu, goodbye to everyone. But before that, let's share the screen. Let's showcase the committees that ATOI has, and people can read through these committees and understand if you are passionate about any subject, you can always write to the association that this is something what you would like to do. So we have a committee, first one, which says ATOI chapter formation and functioning and membership drive. So this anyone can help. You can be a part of this committee. You could be anywhere in any segment of the country. Please help us make more members. Like Vinayak said that he really liked today. For the first time, he came to this meeting and he thought it was completely worth it. And I'm sure this will be the same sentiment which everyone will resonate with. So please help us, in the membership drive. We also have a committee called the Website and Technology. So the younger lot who understands technology very well today, and if you think you can empower the association and in turn the membership, please join this committee. We already have Suyash from Travel Bureau Agra, who last Saturday was very passionate about it. He's already joined this committee. He's not here today, but in his absentia, I take his name. Please join the technology committee. If you think you can help us in communication and social media, and Vidar is also here, and you heard him speak, please join this committee. We have a committee on FAMTOs, roadshows, educams, members connect. So, and it is quite obvious what it means. So if you think you can help, in assisting in this committee, kindly try and join this committee. We have a committee on conventions. We have a yearly convention, and I think we've done 13. Sonam, am I right? We are looking forward to the 14th convention.
No, sir, we have done 14th.
I stand corrected. So we've done 14. We are looking for the 15th convention. Please help us. We have a committee on risk mitigation. We have a committee on safety guidelines, legal redressal and assistance during natural disaster, industry partnerships, media, PR coordination, responsible tourism. So Mohit's presentation today was a part of the responsible tourism committee, cleanup expeditions and capacity building and skill development. Again, I come back to Mr. Burman that, sir, if you feel that ATOI can conduct these skill development programs and capacity building programs in the northeast of India, we will be very, very happy to do this on a regular basis. We can move this workshop in all the 7 states and somehow help the industry over there in the skill development and capacity building. So please send your names. You can write your names in the chat box also. You can also send emails to Sonam, and the admin office will connect with you and help you in joining these committees. Thank you, Sonam.
Sonam knows my that email, etc. everything. So it's a very good proposal. Just kindly send me along with the details. I am interested. I am really interested to promote.
Thank you so much, sir. I really like your enthusiasm and so much of passion that you carry. You've said yes to almost everything that we have, kind of approached you with. I'm very grateful to you for considering all our proposals with such positive attitude. And we will be writing to you for the skill development and capacity building workshop, for FAM tours. And thank you for your assistance in, making everyone come together under one platform. All local regional associations, may it be hoteliers, transport, activity providers, the government, let's all come together under one roof and do some great stuff together. Sonam, would you like to share this this list also in the chat box so that people can download? Is it possible?
Yes, I'll just do that.
Great. Is there any other question that anyone has?
Let Shekhar must be here. Let him give his he's trying to do something on Guinness Book of Record. Shekhar Babu, would you like to say one thing? No, he's not there. Okay.
Okay, so the house for the next 3 minutes and 12:55, we will close this meeting. If you would like to network, chit chat with people in this house, you're more than welcome to do that. And 12:55, we say a goodbye.
Tejbirji, I have made one small point. Because of this pandemic, everybody's having problem. So this ATOI membership fees, can there be some sort of relaxation? Is there anything on the pipeline?
Okay, I'll answer this question. Let me answer it.
Yes, yes.
What we're doing is that we'll send you just an email to you and a performer invoice. If you can't pay, you simply say you can't pay for the time being. It is okay. We'll definitely ensure that nobody demands you again. It is just that we have to send the bill. We need money. Those, hopefully everybody can pay. Those who can't pay, simply send a message to the office and we'll ensure that nobody disturbs you for as long as you want us to ensure that we don't bother you for a pretty long time. Don't worry. We are with you in the hour of crisis. We'll be not pushing you anymore. Is it clear?
Yes, I think actually I was talking in terms for all the members, not for myself. So
No,
anyway, I think I got the answer. And
please tell members those who can't afford to pay, simply send a small ignore,
yes, some of
don't
the
say
members,
anything,
they are
do not bother
having
them. Yes.
right. Okay, so thank you so much.
But you can send the money. You can send the money if you wish.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'd like to propose a vote of thanks, and it gives me great pleasure that we managed to conduct a 7th Saturday weekly meeting again with the same gusto and enthusiasm. I'm grateful for Mr. Sankha Subra Dev Burman, Regional Director Northeast, Minister of Tourism. Thank you, sir, for your presence and addressing the House. I'm grateful to Mohit Agarwal for the presentation subcommittee, ATOI subcommittee on responsible tourism, showcasing ecotourism program. I'm also thankful to Sanjay Basu for showcasing such a fantastic product, and Jasmine Dougal, last but not the least, for being the first entrepreneur in this house to showcase outbound adventure tourism. And I'm sure that many will follow this lead and take a look at this business model, which is the upcoming next new model. And last but not the least, it's Sonam and a team and Bharat who put this show together. I just presented, and I can't do that without at all. So thank you, Sonam. Thank you, your team, and thank you, Bharat, for all this together. Have a great Saturday. Have a great weekend, and we will meet again the next Saturday. Thank you, everyone.
And David, thank you to you. David, thank you to you for organizing.
Thanks to all. Thanks to all. Stay well, stay safe.
Good. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.